Tennessee. Yeah.
The man who opened the Hard Rock Cafe was from Tennessee.
Really?
Yes, his name is Isaac Tigran. He opened that place in 1971, therefore it's the first Hard Rock Cafe ever. It was there for 10 years, it wasn't even famous, there wasn't any t-shirts and things. 10 years later, they opened in Canada, today they're everywhere. Now, any histories you've heard about Beatles, Rolling Stones, Queen, David Bowie, they were human, just like us, when they were not working. They wanted to hang out, eat, drink, smoke, meet their friends like the Beach Boys who were staying up the road at the Hilton Hotel. It was all in that cafe there. This was Queen Victoria's Bank, like I told you, over 100 years ago, but it's ours now. So folks, let me give you a tour. Hard Rock Cafe today, over 50 years old, big mighty corporation, that's what we've become. A couple of years ago, we wanted to celebrate 50 years, we couldn't due to pandemic lockdown. 50 years, we have amassed 80,000 pieces of music memorabilia like guitars, suits, microphones, stands, boots, hats, and all kinds of artifacts. However, the most important item the Hard Rock Cafe owns, you can't see it today. It's gone for a holiday to the US. It is this. And this is the Jimi Hendrix Flying V guitar made by guitar makers Gibson in 1969 when they finally realized, made in two previous ones, you see, he gave them away, that he was actually left-handed. Right. Now he uses it through the year 69 when they first passed him this guitar, beginning with a place called Maui, you know, Hawaii, where the devastation happened recently. And that day, I'm told about 70 people trudged up a mountain next to an extinct volcano to see Jimi Hendrix and his new guitar. Look. That was August 1969. He's in his element. This is the first ever guitar he's playing, made especially for him. He's left-handed.
Right? Yeah.
Now that was 1969. He passed away, of course, as we know, in 1917. But before that, he played at the ultimate place, the Isle of Wight Festival. Have you heard of the Isle of Wight, guys?
Yes.
Tiny island, English Channel. Not many people live there. But the night Jimi Hendrix comes on stage at sunset, I'm told, they think 700 to 850,000 people show up. They were there, the Beatles. So Jim Morrison, the Doors, as well as Bob Dylan. 3 weeks later, unfortunately, he passes away in Notting Hill area of London. So therefore, folks, nothing in the world. We own the Hard Rock Cafe Corporation. 83,000 pieces of memorabilia of all kinds is more important than the guitar here. Now you may say, well, we've come all the way from Tennessee and we've come to see the guitar. Why is it in America? You had a friend, you see, called Billy Gibbons. Have you heard of Billy Gibbons of Texas? Yes. He was in a band called?
ZZ Top.
You know your stuff with a long beard. Except for the drummer, he don't got no beard. What's his name? Frank Beard. According to Jimi Hendrix, Billy Gibbons from ZZ Top was the greatest living guitarist you saw in his young and extremely short life. Now, folks, can you believe it? He would have been 80 years old last November gone. So the Hard Rock Corporation put it on the plane, sent it to America, where you guys have a TV show we don't have in the UK. So that Billy Gibbons can pay tribute to his old friend Jimi Hendrix on the day. Had he lived, he would have been 80 years old. Look. Billy Gibbons, Jimmy Kimmel Live. You guys all our show with together, yeah. In a minute, you shall see him play the Hendrix Flying V and have a look what he's done. This is right-handed. He's doing what Hendrix used to do with the Fender Stratocaster. He's turning upside down as a tribute. Isn't that beautiful?
Good song too.
Now, folks, that was last November, yeah. It's now New Year this year. Where is the guitar? Well, they have a lot of Hard Rock cafes, as you know, all over the USA, and they're all like, oh, we want to see the Flying V. It's come to America. Send it to our cafe, will you? So it's going coast to coast all over America. So if you'd like to see this guitar where it belongs in this fall, I'm going to have to say to you, or they say to me, the corporation, every time I ask them, where is my Jimi Hendrix Flying V? And they say, oh, come back in 2 weeks, okay? This way. You've seen the film Bohemian Rhapsody?
Yes.
Do you remember the mansion, the big house that Freddie buys his girlfriend Mary, tells her to switch the light on?
Yes.
So if you listen very carefully, in a minute we shall hear a train. We are standing 25 feet above the Piccadilly line. The underground runs right underground us. If you go up the road from Hyde Park Corner Tube Station, 5 stops, it's going to get you to Earls Court Tube Station, okay? If you walk outside of Earls Court Tube Station and you were to turn left, past the Cromwell Road, the first left after that is Logan Place number 1, the Garden Lodge. His girlfriend, Mary Austin, she's still living there. Please do not knock on the door. She's nearly 80 years old. She gave the chair to the Hard Rock Cafe's Chinese for Ming Dynasty, which means it's a 1,000-year antique. Fred used to collect antiques, but Mary's house. Well, why before did she give it to the Hard Rock Cafe? It's because Mary and Freddie, to the 70s and the 1980s, used to frequent this Hard Rock Cafe across the street. This way, guys. We come to Madonna. But wait a minute. How many other female artists do we see here? We don't see any, do we?
No.
We've been to the cafe across the road.
No.
As you walk in on the ground floor, there was no downstairs in the old days when Isaac Tigger opened it. You tell me on the ground floor, the Beatles, wow, the Rolling Stones, Queen, David Bowie, they all used to go there. How amazing. How many female artists will you see on the walls? You shall see 0. They need more female artists.
Oh, they do.
1919, Madonna goes right around the world doing the Blonde Ambition tour, it was called. 3 very interesting courses were designed by Jean-Paul Gaultier, France, of course. Today, she happens to be the most successful female artist ever, thereby making this very, very iconic. This is not iconic. This is Madonna's first ever credit card with a chemical bank in Michigan before she was world famous. It's rather uneducational and it doesn't really belong in here. Do you have children?
Yes.
You tell your children, don't get credit cards. We got a church pew. We got 2 wonderful pillars, folks. One situated by a fireside up the road at number 23 Brook Street, London. It's where Jimi Hendrix, he leaves America in the 60s. He moves to London. He lives there for 2 years. Why? Because Jimi Hendrix found out 200 years previously, at the same address in Brook Street, lived a German composer that he highly admired called Friedrich Joseph Handel, as the Germans say, the man who wrote Messiah. Hallelujah. I can't sing, but there you go. If you go there now, they call it the Handel Hendrix Museum, and you are music fans, you should check it out. But when the first refurbished that place, the Hard Rock Corporation went there and took this pew, these wonderful pillars, put them like so. And then they thought, oh, we better invite someone really special to christen this pew. So they invited a certain Ringo Starr who walks in here, sits down, he looks rather miserable, crosses his legs and goes, peace and love, which is what you're going to do now. So come on, sit down. Give me a camera, folks.
Give him yours.